Hey everyone, welcome back. I hope you're having a wonderful morning, evening, afternoon, wherever you are. Today's build is me rebuilding the GOTH house, which is something I actually kind of wanted to do for a little while, and I'm really excited with how it turned out. So this build is a part of my CC and base game save. So it is using my list of limited CC items, which will be in the description. It's a link to a Google Doc where I included links to all the CC I used, and I update it whenever I add any more CC, which isn't very often because I don't want to have too much in my game because I want other people to download it for their game. So at the moment it does take up about 2.5 gigabytes, which functions pretty well on my laptop. My laptop's not a gaming laptop by any means. It's just a good old little HP laptop, but everything works fine. It all runs pretty smoothly for me. So if you have just a general basic laptop, then it should work fine for you as well. If you have loads of packs and then the CC, it might still work. It depends on your game. I usually disable all my other packs before playing with my CC, so I can't comment on how well it works with all of them, but maybe one day I'll give it a test and let you know. It should be fine. It might be a little bit laggy, but it'll work. I don't want to go overboard with the CC either. I want to try and keep it limited to a few different things that kind of cover a variety of packs. And I will be downloading the country kitchen stuff from Harry when it's out for everyone else, so that way everyone can download it, and I'm really excited about that. I'm going to build so many cottagecore homes. I'm very looking forward to that. I will also keep an eye out for some more little bits and things. If there's CC that anyone would like to see me use that you think would fit well in this, then I'm more than happy to download that. I do mostly try and use CC packs, so they have multiple items in one pack of CC, instead of just using like one item from here, one item from there, because that's kind of annoying to download. So I don't want to do that. I also don't want to download anything from the Sims resource because I just don't like waiting for the ads, and I don't use it enough to pay for a membership, so I'm not going to do that. They are all from Tumblr, and they are from Harry and Felix Andre, A Logical Sims, Peacemaker, and Little Diker, I think, is all of them. And I just need to talk about Peacemaker for a second, because their stuff is chef's kiss incredible. I love it so much. The fact that every time a new build comes out that they create an add-on for it, I can't. And most of their stuff is base game only. Like, you don't need the actual pack to download it. Like, their most recent one was a Nifty Knitting add-on, but you didn't even need Nifty Knitting for the items. I was like, this is incredible. So with their add-on packs, they usually make like windows, doors, and archways, and they are all perfect. I love all of them. There is so much time and effort that goes into it, and they just make the most beautiful looking content. They also recently released a rocking chair set thing that had 12 different rocking chairs, which I'm really considering downloading because I kind of want to use them. But they didn't even need Nifty Knitting to use the rocking chairs. I don't think that's how I interpreted what they'd written, that you didn't actually need Nifty Knitting because the Sims had left the thing open so that way they could use it in future packs, but that meant it could also be used in the base game, and I was like, this is fantastic. The fact that all that content is freely accessible to everyone is amazing. I highly recommend, if you can support their Patreon, do it. I will be donating to their Patreons when I can, because I'm so impressed with everything they do. Content creators are just everything. I found my Google Doc list. I also used MLYS, and I used their pufferhead stuff, I think is all I used from them, but holy, is that a good pack. I just think it's so cute. Maybe because I just am obsessed with Harry Potter, but it's beautiful. I love it so much. The stuff, I tried to pick some versatile items and objects, so that way they are usable in different situations, and they're not all like modern, they're not all like Victorian looking. I tried to keep it a bit diverse, and I think I did. I really like it. I recently added a new couple of things to the list as well, and one of them was something I felt was necessary. It is a set of rugs, but it is a colour palette of rugs. Like, for each, there's a rug for every colour, and then for every rug colour swatch, there's like 20 different rugs in that one colour, and it blows my mind that someone would spend that long working on making that many rugs. But I downloaded them because I figured they'd be really good to have. They would definitely work for a lot of different situations. Obviously, you can size them up or down. Really excited to use them. They are all rectangular rugs though, so there's no circle ones. They're all the same size, just different colours and prints, which I still think is brilliant. I think that would be fantastic to use. I also have an item that I downloaded. It was like the first thing I downloaded that I really want to use. It's a bit dumb. It's a glass block, a stackable glass block. And the only reason I want to use that is because I saw some windows that they weren't real windows. They had like glass blocky windows. It's a very like kind of 70s thing, I think. I don't know. I don't know why I really like that so much, but I do. So I will be building with that one day. Maybe I'll try and build like an eco kind of home. I think that could be fun to build something like that using the glass block. Maybe I could do a whole house using a glass block. No, that would take forever because it's tiny and has to be stacked like 1,000 times. Oh, that'd be interesting though. We'll see. I have been looking on Pinterest for some ideas of what to do with it because I need to use it. I need it. But I'll find something and work it out. So if you don't know already, these builds are base game and CC pack only, and the CC pack is a limited number of CC items that I use across all my base game and CC builds. So if you have all the stuff installed and you want to download any of these CC builds, all of the content will already be in your game, and you don't have to worry about going and downloading more content, because that can be a real pain in the A. So I hope you enjoy that. This house is very dark, being a goth house. I have done a lot of darker toned builds lately, which isn't something I normally do, but it's been really fun to try to challenge myself a little bit. And I really like how it turned out. So this build, it's very much like a Victorian era looking with maybe some modern twists on it. So obviously this big glass wall, diagonally octagonal-ish wall in the dining room, it's completely glass, so I imagine that they renovated later on and added this. I did try to keep kind of the same silhouette as the original build, or it's not the exact same at all, but it looks a little bit similar from the world map, and I think that was really fun. I think the goths deserve a nicer house. They've been done dirty by EA, so I tried to give them something I think they'd like. I did add a basement, I think, maybe? I don't know. I can't remember. It's been a minute since I've actually built this. I built this a few weeks ago, and it's just been sitting in my video folder for a while now. But here we are. So this house is all fully functional, I do know that much. I went through and tested everything, and it does work. I'm really happy with how it turned out. They have two lounge rooms downstairs. One of them's a bit more formal than the other one. I really like building a formal and an informal lounge room. And if I have the space, I like to include an informal and formal dining room as well. I'm not sure why, I just get a lot of joy from that. I think it's a fun thing to include. I hope you agree with me. If you don't, let me know. I'll change it up a bit. So if you enjoyed this, it will be on the gallery. You will have to turn on custom content when you are searching for it though. But if you go to my Origin account, ZoeKate12, and then go to my builds, there is an option on the side where you can select show custom content, and that will show you all of my builds and sims that have custom content. So there is a couple of sims in there that do have custom content items, but that's usually just like a pair of shoes, or I downloaded a custom content version of the jacket from Snowy Escape, the puffy jacket, because I just really wanted it to tuck in. And I really wish that we had the option to tuck clothes in The Sims, because there's so many things that I just wish they could be tucked in. A lot of the shirts and jumpers, I just want to be able to tuck them in. That's all I would like. It's not a big ask, it is, but that's something I would enjoy very much. So we are into the kitchen now, which isn't anything too fancy. I mean, it is marble flooring, but you know, nothing too exciting. Only the best for the goths. I did try to use the custom content counters at first, but they were just a bit too modern for what I was trying to achieve. So I ended up using base game counters, which I think is fine. I wanted to make these builds more about showing off custom content, but I also think it's fine that I've used a lot of base game things as well, because the base game stuff isn't actually that bad. I think I always underestimate what I can actually build with base game, and I'm always pleasantly surprised with what it turns out to look like. So this was a nice change. If you want to see more just base game only builds, then do let me know, because I'd love to hear your thoughts. If you want to see base game and a specific pack, also let me know, because I would love to hear your thoughts. I'm currently taking on more than I can probably handle, because I want to build 3 different saves. I know, that's ridiculous. What am I thinking? But hear me out. So one of the saves will be my base game and CC save, which I'm currently working on now. So that will be like an easy save to build, because I just build in this world all the time, and I just rebuild these homes in the base game and CC stuff. So obviously I'll just be building these and recording most of them as I go. I probably won't build any without recording them, because that way I can use them weekly. And then the other thing that I want to build is a save using all of the packs and incorporate them into every world, because I love building with all of them. I just want to see what I can do with that. And then I also want to do a base game save for people that don't want to download custom content, and in that save I will have base game in, like, obviously Oasis Springs, Willow Creek, Newcrest, but then in all the other worlds I will use base game and that pack only to create the builds, and try and fill as many homes as possible and then fill households, because I think that could be an interesting challenge, and I'm looking forward to doing it. I think it'll be fun. I think it will take a long time. The base game and CC save will definitely be the quickest, because I'm only using Oasis Springs, Willow Creek and Newcrest to build in. So there's not really any problem with building in them. They should be finished soon-ish. Not soonish. Maybe like a year, a long time still. But they will definitely be easier to furnish than the other ones. So if you're looking forward to that, if you have any specific build requests you want to see in them, let me know. Always open to criticism and ideas. Love to hear what you've got to say. We are nearly done with this build at the moment. I think we are working on the master bedroom now, and I did download some pictures of the goths off the gallery, some paintings of them where they look cute. You can see that in the backyard at the moment. It was just a wall of family photos, so I put them throughout the house. There's pictures of Bella and Mortimer in their bedroom because they're classy pictures. So obviously they have a picture of themselves hanging above their bed, and then I imagine that whatever side their picture on is the side they sleep on. And then we are working on their Cassandra's room. Forgot her name for a sec, sorry. And I did keep Alexander in the attic because I know they're rich, but maybe he likes sleeping up there. Like, I made it a very cozy and welcoming space, and I would love to have his room, honestly. He's got like his whole floor, his own floor of the house. There is, however, no stairs going up to his room, which may be a little bit annoying for some, but I included a ladder because I imagine that in this house the ladder would fold up into the ceiling and then you just kind of pull it down when you want to get up there. But because Alexander lives up there, maybe they just leave the ladder down all the time. Anyway, that's what I was thinking. You may agree, you may disagree. I could have fit stairs in if I really wanted to, but they just took up a lot of space that I think could have been used for better things, like a grand piano. So I was willing to make that sacrifice. Anyway, he did get a pretty good room. Like, his room looks fantastic. It's a whole floor. His room's in its own, like, little mini room within his big room. The rest of the room is just filled with toys and games and entertainment. And then he has his own bathroom. So to climb up a ladder every day, that's not really much of a sacrifice for a bomb-ass room. So not gonna complain there. I also used a few different statues just because, you know, they're a bit rich. They might want to show that they're a bit bougie, using a few statues here and there. It was fun. I had a lot of fun building this, and I'm really happy with how it turned out. I will definitely be rebuilding the Goth house again in the future for different purposes, but I've never actually rebuilt it before, and this was a fun first try, I thought. If you have any criticism, please let me know. I'd love to know how I can improve. Obviously, I'm not like the best simmer out there. I definitely can still improve, but I would love to know what you think. I had so much fun doing this, and we are nearly done. The backyard is very plain. It's kind of simple. I don't imagine they spent a lot of time out here, but there is room for them to come out and hang out, have a swim, have a barbecue. There's always planters because that's essential. We are into the screenshots now. I hope you enjoyed this. If you want to see more of my builds or hear of me talk rubbish a bit more, then hit the subscribe button, leave a comment or a like if you want to, and I hope you have a wonderful day. All my information will be in the description for download and all the CC links, so So I will see you all in the next one. Bye guys.